So what we need for this is a fabric, lace, a satin ribbon, and some cute buckles if you want to put that on there. And obviously scissors, needles, thread, and all that stuff. So first off, lay your fabric out, fold it in half, and we're going to cut 4 identical pieces. So sort of wrist pieces. For this you'll need 3 measurements. You'll need one that is the thinnest that your wrist is. You'll need one that is as many centimeters up on your arm as you want it to go. I'm gonna go with 5 centimeters. And you need one a couple of centimeters onto your hand where it's gonna be a bit thicker. So I'm going with 18, 16, and 18 centimeters. And I'm adding 2 centimeters to all 3 measurements. So this is how the 4 pieces are gonna look once I cut them out. So this is 10 centimeters, which is half of the measurement. This is 9 and this is 10. So it's going to be like this. Now it's important to remember, if you're using non-stretchy fabric like I am here, that your measurements, your smallest measurement is still big enough for you to pull your whole hand through. I now have 4 pieces that look like this, and I'm going to start sewing them together by putting them like this with the insides out. So outsides facing each other. And this is how my arm is going to go. So what I'm going to sew together first is these 2 sides right here. Once you've done that, it's a good idea to try that you can actually pull this over your hand, that it fits. Because if it doesn't, there's no point in doing all the decorating. So start by sewing these and then try it on. So they're now sewn together, and as you can see, I tried them on and they fit. So the next part now is to sew the lace on. This is the lace that I'm using, and it's also non-stretchy. Now this is going on the bottom. So we don't need to hem this unless you have a fabric that's going to sort of open up. But this is not going to do that, so I'm not going to hem this, so I'm just going to sew this on. And as you can see, there already is a seam right here, so I'm going to follow that one. So my arm pieces are 10 centimeters across, which means I'm going to have to double that measurement and use 20 centimeters of the lace. Now the lace is pinned on there, and it's time to sew all the way around. Okay, so the lace is now sewn on. Now, if you want to make these really easy or really simple, what you can do is just turn them inside out, fold a hem, sew this shut, and then just be done with it. Have them like simple like this. But I want to use the satin ribbon to tie a nice little bow up here, or use these. I don't know if I'm going to use these yet, but I'm going to definitely sew this on. So instead of turning this inside out to fold the hem, I'm going to fold the hem down while it's turned the correct way, and then lay this satin ribbon on top of it, and then sew the hem while sewing the ribbon on here. Decide how long you want your ribbon to be. And then sew that while we hem it. So if you want to tie a bow at the top, just leave, I don't know, 20 centimeters or something like that. And if you want to put one of these on, I'm not going to do that now, but if you want to do that, what you do is you put this onto the ribbon before you sew it on, so that you have it where you want it, and then you sew all the way around, but not where this is. But I'm not going to do that this time. So the ribbon is sewn on there, and now all that remains is the small matter of tying a bow. Now if you have some trouble with this, sometimes it's hard sewing when you have so little fabric to work with, one way to do this a lot simpler is to not sew the 2 pieces together at first like we did here, but to do all the detail work first, like sew the ribbons on first and then make sure you get properly sized pieces. So there we go.